Right guys, hello, another video for you all to keep you up to speed with EmuVR. Now I'm not one of the testers, but clearly they're finding bugs and problems with this update that needs sorting before the release. I'm not complaining, I'm just letting you know it hasn't been released yet. I still have no idea what it's going to add to the software, and I've already done a video saying we just need to keep busy. There's plenty to learn, plenty to do, plenty to set up whilst we wait. So we know Team GT is still going to work on their arcades. xStartoy is still doing their World of Nintendo project. They've released a lot of stuff recently, more controllers. I don't think people realise how much work or money goes into that project. He's buying some of the things in, having it in hand, measuring it, getting those dimensions to build these models from scratch to scale, which is mind-blowing. Oh, if you noticed that, I've burnt myself. It's nothing major. I haven't broken my arm. So yes, xStartoy is doing amazing work, and I thank them for it. They've released some more controllers lately in boxes. They've done this frame that everybody can have that says "Dear Player," and you get your Nintendo card and the pin. But they did a customized one for me, so slightly different note thanking me for the videos. Me making videos is easy. The content that they create takes time. It's very talented, but it lets them focus on creating the models if I help people use the stuff in the video. So I love that. And they also messaged me and they said, what's your favorite color? And I thought he's going to ask my pet's name next to figure out my passwords. But what I was really doing was making a custom NES controller for me. So that's embossed with my name on the back. It's got this Art Deco pattern on the front. xStartoy's French, very stylish guy. Obviously it's going to look very, very good. So I love that design, love the color, love everything about it. Although I don't play the NES very much, very proud to have that on display. It's very, very special to me. So we thank xStartoy for everything they do. They've still got shelving and stuff to do that's part of the World of Nintendo project. Yeah, it's shared on the Mod Workshop, and they've got their own website. So fantastic project. Wish them all the best with it. So of course there'll be other people on the Discord community doing other things I'm not aware of. I wish them all the best with whatever they might be doing. What have I been doing? Well, practicing and learning and just trying to get better. People might think EmuVR is about playing games. That is part of it. I've done emulation over 20 years. I'm kind of like over the gaming part of it. What I'm more interested in is like the 3D modeling and trying to make the space around me more of my own. So xStartoy gives me the office as the sandbox, but I still can fill it with my own things. So I create this UGC, these props, the stuff I want to see around me. I'll still put my VR headset on and watch movies and play games in here, but I want to make it into a special space first. So I started off as a complete novice. I did a little video just to give people an idea what was involved in creating UGC, but I want to do more videos on it. Now, rather than doing an info dump where I just put like an hour's video out broken up into chapters, I don't think that will help people. They won't watch all of that. So if I do it in bite-sized chunks, that might be helpful. One of the things I try to remember to do now is to scale things, size them properly at the very, very beginning. Do that in Blender first, before it gets into Unity, before I try to export it out and find out it's 50 meters big and blows everything in the room all over the place. So I can do a video to show people that and other things I've learned over time. People do ask me, will I share the models, the UGC stuff, the props? The short answer is I will, more than likely, when I'm happy with it. But then there's some stuff that I just want it to be mine, because if everybody had it, I'd see it everywhere and it wouldn't be so special. Does that make sense? But of course, I don't want to be selfish and keep everything, but I want to be happy with it. So you might see it and think, oh, that looks great, I want that. But if you had that car and then you realize you couldn't put anything on the bonnet because it's in this like transparent glass box, the colliders. So a lot of this stuff might look good, but it does need more work. One of the things I have been trying to do is add sounds. This is not new. I've seen other people do it. I just wanted to learn how it was done. There's a couple of ways of doing it, either through it being a flashlight or doing it as a system. So I've got the M41A pulse rifle from Aliens. So I get it set up so I do look down the barrel when I pick it up. So this is being treated as a flashlight. You can obviously press a button, and rather than it clicking sound of a button, I've made that sound from the movies or the games, whatever it is the props can be from. We've got the smart gun. and we've got the Ithaca shotgun, Hicks's shotgun by any other name, the stakeout.
I'd like to keep this handy for close encounters.
Yeah, absolutely pointless, but if you're into the movies and you want these props around you, the fact that they can play sounds is kind of fun, and toys would often do that. If you push a button, they would have samples built in. So talking of pushing buttons, that's another thing that I was learning to do, to have the VR interaction. You can use a virtual hand to turn things on and off. So I've done the Aliens APC. I need to settle on some sounds, but it's set up that if I push that front turret, it's like a toy, it's a button, and then it can play sounds. I set that one up as a system. So you might have noticed, we've got the xenomorph there, that can hiss, the eggs with the face huggers, I can apply sounds to those. We've already covered display posters thanks to XStartoy. I see other people are making those and sharing them on the Discord. That's fantastic. They're pretty easy to do. That's fun stuff to make. You might have noticed Mad Max, the Pursuit Special. I did not make the model. That was very high poly, over 500,000. I've tried to optimize it, get it down, but it still needs more work. But this has had sounds added to it. The hood scoop for the supercharger, that is now a button. Press that, the engine will start, and they'll quote the movie, say it's the last of the V8s and so on. So yeah, someone had already done this, but it was the car from Road Warrior and it had tanks and stuff on the back. I don't want that one. I want this one from the original movie. It just looks like a hot rodded Ford Falcon. So yeah, I wanted it, and trying to make it happen. So as I moved on from props, I wanted to learn how the screens were done as well. There was a black Sharp monitor, which looked fantastic. I was using that for a while because I had a black Amiga done by Mastertronic. I used that a lot. I loved Amiga stuff. And I thought I want something Commodore branded, so I've made a monitor. I might put more work into the textures, make it look more like plastic, but I think his name was Sebastian. He shared this stuff online. He's got a lot of Commodore stuff. He's got the CD TV and like power packs and all this kind of stuff, and he's computer-aided design. He shared the models and said use them if it helps you. So I thank Sebastian. I might have a go at doing the CD TV as a system, because I don't think anybody else has done it. It's going to need texture work. There's other things I need to learn. If someone releases it before me, I won't care, because it's all part of me learning and growing, as I'm more interested in 3D modeling than I am playing games. You might notice the Tiger tank. So there was a film come out recently, Der Tiger, about the tank in World War II, and I thought, oh yeah, I did make that UGC for that. What I want to do is learn the animation. I was inspired by Sammy and their Transformer toys that obviously change from robots to cars or whatever it might be. That will be further down the road, the animation stuff, but I'd like the tank turret to start with something simple and work up to more advanced stuff. So yeah, just to give you an idea what I've been doing and what I've been learning. So let's just pop into Unity quickly so you can see behind the scenes. There's the Pursuit Special. You can see the atrocious poly count at 220,000. I'd stripped out the interior. That helped a little bit. But yeah, this is made up a lot of parts and it does need optimizing, but she does look good. So I did say this is being treated as a system, as an NES. So you have to have the NES set up for this to show. But it's got, you see these boxes around it. You're not in the matrix because they're green. They're the colliders. So I said if I put an object down on it, it's as if it's in a glass box. I can't put anything directly on the bonnet. It would need more colliders. So get them around the tyres, get it around the car. Each part, the more you add, the more time it takes, obviously. You can see there's a box around the supercharger scoop. The idea is one is a fake button, and that will be highlighted, illuminated, I suppose, once you put your VR hand near it to let you know that that's a button to push. And then the other part of it is the actual finger button prefab the developer gave us as part of creating a system. So you have to choose which direction the button pushes in and activates. So yeah, it's part of doing the system, part of learning. It's not there's other things you need to do if you want to do cable connections to televisions and stuff like that, but this was a way for me to learn as I was doing the sounds. So you can see I've got the audio clips I've added in from the movie, So it's pretty simple, rather than it being that meh sound of a drive of a disk tray opening. As it opens and closes, I can have it play 2 different samples. You've obviously got sounds for power on and power off and reset buttons as well. So yeah, just wanted to let you see it and let you know what's involved. All this stuff does take time. So yeah, I've now got my little test workshop. I don't want too much UGC. This is a dedicated EmuVR install just for testing. So okay, I made that cheeky little tool wall. But yeah, I don't want too much stuff in here, so it will load really, really quickly. I've still got my original installation full of stuff, but that takes a good few minutes to load, scanning all of that UGC. So I think we'll leave it there, guys. Hopefully the video's been of interest to you. I'd love to hear what other people are doing to keep busy. Have a great day, have a great evening, whatever it is you choose to do after watching this. And as always, I will see you when I see you next. Ciao for now.